First, I want to thank President Pastrana, the members of his government, and the legislative leaders who have made us feel so welcome here today. I'd also like to thank the members of the Colombian media who are responsible for the opportunity I had last night to directly address the people of Colombia about the commitment of the United States to the success of your democracy. I'm pleased to be here with all the people the President mentioned, the Speaker of the House, Dennis Hastert, Senator Joe Biden, other members of Congress and the Cabinet and the White House. And I want to thank you, Mr. President, for your reference to Senator Coverdell. He was a friend of Colombia and a friend of our common efforts. Together we come here to say that the United States Executive and Congress, Republican and Democrat, House and Senate, stands with Colombia in its fight for democracy. In our meetings, I had a chance to thank President Pastrana for his truly courageous leadership for a peaceful, prosperous, democratic future free of narco-trafficking. He has pursued this vision fearlessly, as have so many others. The 11 widows of those who gave their lives for the rule of law and human rights and a better future that we met with earlier today are the most eloquent testimony to that fact I can imagine. The United States has a strong interest in Colombia, in your economic recovery, in the preservation of your democracy, and the protection of human rights for your people, and in your pursuit of peace, security, and stability, not only for Colombia, but for the whole region. And of course, in reducing the international drug trade. Meeting those objectives for us is what Plan Colombia is all about. It takes aim at all the interwoven challenges facing Colombia: building the economy, ending the civil conflict, fighting drugs, defending human rights, and deepening democracy. And as President Pastrana said, it is Plan Colombia, a plan made by the leaders of Colombia for the people and future of Colombia. Our support of that plan includes a tenfold increase for social and economic development to help farmers grow legal crops, to train security forces to protect human rights, to help more Colombians find justice by expanding access to the courts. This afternoon, I will visit a new Casa de Justicia here in Cartagena that does just that. We have also made clear our confidence in President Pastrana's economic approach, and we're working closely with the international financial institutions to encourage their support of the Colombian economy. Our assistance also makes a substantial investment in Colombia's counter-drug efforts. Drug trafficking feeds violence, breeds corruption, and drives away the jobs that could help to heal this country's divisions. It also supplies most of the cocaine and much of the heroin to the United States. Our assistance will enhance the ability of Colombian security forces to eradicate illegal crops, destroy drug labs, and intercept drug shipments before they leave Colombia. But let me make one point very clear. This assistance is for fighting drugs, not waging war. The civil conflict and the drug trade go hand in hand to cause great misery for the people of Colombia. 2,500 kidnappings in the last year alone. Over the last 10 years, 35,000 Colombian citizens have lost their lives. 1 million have been made homeless. Our program is anti-drugs and pro-peace. 40 years of fighting has brought neither side closer to military victory. The President himself has said that over and over. Counter-drug battalions will not change that, and that is not their purpose. Their purpose is to reduce the drug trade that aggravates every problem Colombia faces and exports chaos to the world, including the United States. I reject the idea that we must choose between supporting peace or fighting drugs. We can do both. Indeed, to succeed, we must do both. I reaffirm to the President our support for the peace process. The people of Colombia has suffered long enough, especially in the area of human rights. No good cause has ever been advanced by killing or kidnapping civilians or by colluding with those who do. Insurgents and paramilitaries alike must end all human rights abuses, as must the security forces themselves. The President is doing his part to hold the military accountable, and today we discussed his efforts to accelerate efforts to investigate, prosecute, and punish all offenders, whoever they may be. What happens in Colombia will affect its citizens and this entire region for a very long time to come. There is a lot riding on this President and this Plan Colombia. We are proud to stand with our friend and our neighbor as it fights for peace, freedom, and democracy, for prosperity, human rights, and justice, and for a drug-free future. All these things should be the right of all Colombians. Thank you.